Hi everybody, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts. This is an Answer Questions episode. Sorry, it's actually a little bit later than usual. I got really busy on Saturday, but anyway, let's actually get right down to it. Patrick from Ohio, he asks, how smart was Monolophosaurus? Well, we really don't know how smart certain dinosaurs are. We can't really put fossils with an IQ test. So all we can do is just actually CAT scan the skulls, mainly the brain case of certain prehistoric animals, and if they're well preserved enough on the skulls that you can actually get an image of what the brain might have been like. Now, I really don't know if there has been any CAT scans on Monolophosaurus, but based on where Monolophosaurus actually fits in the theropod family tree, I would actually say that it probably, considering that it's a primitive dinosaur, so it's a primitive theropod, it probably would actually be more towards, like, say, what the ceratosaurs were, is that they were very instinctual, very not as smart as you would say, like maybe the later theropods like allosaurs, and the dromaeosaurs, troodontids, and the tyrannosaurs. These would actually be more like a instinctual and basic types of behaviors. So Monolophosaurus would actually probably be having those types of behaviors, similar to ceratosaurs, was that they were probably more ambush predators, and they actually just base their behaviors on instinct, not really on outthinking certain things, because that's not what they're actually designed for. Alright, Mike from Beaverton, Oregon. Hi, Chris. What are your thoughts on the idea of Stegosaurus having a second brain in its tail? Well, this theory has actually been out there for many, many years, that certain dinosaurs probably had like a second brain, which is right where the hips are, and that would actually control that would actually consider it to be like a second brain. Technically, it's not really a brain. It's actually more like an expansion of the spinal cord. And so what this actually would be doing is that it would control the movements of like the legs and the tail, mainly for those types of dinosaurs, like ankylosaurs and stegosaurs. Stegosaurs are more likely to actually have this type of swelling in the spinal cord. I mean, there's been theories that maybe sauropods probably have this, but there's no evidence to support that. But it's more likely just an expansion of the spinal cord, because that's all it is. Is that probably these were actually for like more nerves connecting to like to the hind legs and also to the tail, to actually give more rapid movements than what the main brain would actually do in the skull. Because Stegosaur's brains are actually very small, very, very small compared to their body size, and so they're not the most intelligent animals out. They're not the most intelligent of all the dinosaurs, considering that they're not as dumb as the sauropods, because the sauropods are considered to be the dumb brutes of the dinosaur world, and so that would actually be more likely the case, is that these were actually animals that were kind of probably just having that expansion in that spinal cord to control the tail and also the hind legs. And so that would actually be mainly what that expansion is for, of that spinal cord, is that there's more nerves connecting there. There's probably probably a little bit more of a powerful resource for the brain to connect for the electrical signals to connect to to the main brain. And so that would probably be my guess, is that it's probably just used for like communication to the other brain, and also to the main brain, and also to actually give those rapid movements of the tail and also the hind legs. Alright, that's it for now. Now, I'll probably be doing an extra episode probably by Friday, or otherwise Thursday or Friday, and then I'll actually do a special episode. And I've already got like numerous amounts of like prehistoric animals that I've been sent. But just to remind everybody, just actually give me one or actually two to actually send out, because then I can actually decide which ones I think are actually considered to actually be more worth to actually talk about. And if I don't actually get the ones that you actually are asking for, then I'll probably actually get those like in another type of special episode. So anyway, the extra episode would actually be top 5 Tyrannosaur studies. Would actually be pretty interesting, considering that there's a lot of studies done on Tyrannosaurs. So that'll actually be pretty kind of interesting. And and like I said, this coming Saturday would actually be a new special episode. So remind everybody to send me 1 or 2, and then I can actually decide which ones I would actually think are actually going to be viable, that would actually be really good to actually talk about. And so that would actually be the thing. Like I said, if I can't get the ones that you want, that you actually already sent out, just a reminder, just send it back again, and then I'll probably get it. Just send them back again, and then I'll actually get a chance to actually look them over again and see which ones are actually going to be pretty good to actually talk about. But you can still send me questions about dinosaurs or any other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinochrist71@gmail.com, or always go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts of Dino Chris. Like the page, you can actually post your questions in the comment section or even on the wall. And remember, keep your questions short and to the point. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRLL. That's my Twitter page. I post protocol stuff on there. Also, take care of people around you. And also, for younger people out there, make sure to listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. Those are the best motivation you can have for good education. It's very important to have a good education, because with a good education, you get a good job in the future. And Thursday, I finally got to see Rogue One, a Star Wars story. It is fantastic. I am a huge Star Wars fan, and so anybody who hasn't seen this movie, go see this movie really, really quick before it is actually out of theaters, because it'll be out of theaters like really, really quick. It'll probably stay around for another couple of weeks. So if you still haven't seen it, go see it. I'd say it's actually tied for my second favorite Star Wars movie, just behind Empire Strikes Back. And so. And I know I actually talk about dinosaurs all the time, and if you actually saw my favorite things episode, you actually understand why I actually like Star Wars and all those sorts of stuff. I mean, I don't always actually just pay attention to dinosaurs all the time, but they're my main focus. It's just that I do actually focus on like Star Wars, the Power Rangers, any superhero movies, and even some sci-fi films. I mean, all that sorts of stuff. Even some true story type of films, mainly sports. And so those are actually kind of my kind of movies and TV shows to actually kind of watch. But hey, what can you do? And if I actually had to grade Rogue One, I would actually grade it more like, say, B+ or an A-. It's actually very good. I love this movie. I think it's actually really good. Even though Darth Vader is actually in this movie, very small portion of the movie, but you actually get to see him at pretty much his most evil ever. And so that would actually give you a really good glimpse of what Rogue One could be about. But it's mainly on that one paragraph in the opening scroll from A New Hope. And so that would actually be mainly, that's what that movie is mostly about. But you get the idea, and also expect what you might expect in this movie. And so go see it really, really quick. And anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys this Saturday.